Welcome to Walkabout Town.
Hello everybody.
Let's do this. Welcome to Walkabout Town from Cunard. And today we're in Liverpool. A very wet Liverpool, my God. Had a wet Blackpool the other day, and now we're in a wet Liverpool. And as you can see, we're right by the docks. So back there, there's one of the ships that's in dock, one of the cargo ships back there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that on this video or not, but maybe you can. And over behind us is in fact the Queen Anne. Look how size that ship. We're going to take a look at that ship. We can't go on it, of course, because, well, you need some special pass or something to go on it. And we just came down on spec, really, didn't we?
Well, we knew it was here, that's why we...
Well, we knew it was here, but we just didn't bother
got a
getting
day off work, me.
Yeah, so Maxine got a day off work.
We're going to go on the ferry, where we're going to see it better.
Yeah, so we'll get some shots from the ferry as well. Right, let's go. Well, of course, here we are going up to the Queen Anne. Built by Cunard, which is a company. Is that the company that runs it, or what is that the name? Or is it the company that builds the ship? Cunard. Yeah, I think it's the company that builds the ships. I think. Have you seen up on deck there? You've got like a sunroof up there. Yeah. There's the other ship in the distance. So. Oh, there's the other cargo. There's a cargo ship. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
I know it's the latest one that we've got.
Look at this.
Yeah. We don't even care about the rain, just to see this beautiful ship.
There's a little bit of a muddy patch there.
Don't fall. Yeah, come on.
Just look at the size of it. I mean, it's just huge. Really, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously that bit there must be the bridge. You know. Well, that's the bridge there. In the middle. Where the people drive the ship. Wow. Just take a look at that. Incredible, isn't it?
Let's walk down to end.
Let's go down to the end of the ship.
Beautiful ship.
Beautiful ship, this. Yeah, it's got all the life rafts on there, so...
Doesn't look like there's going to be so many for all the people, does it?
No, but actually there is quite a lot more. There probably must be more on the other side, of course.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're loading. People can remember.
Yeah, it's like they're loading new stuff on there, you know. Yeah.
Beautiful ship, that.
Of course, that.
So big.
Yeah, that ball-shaped thing must be some sort of like radar thing.
Oh, that's radar.
Yeah. Or, you know. Yeah.
All the noise is coming from the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming to like Liverpool. No, I'll do it next.
Okay. Well, as you can see, as I go ahead, it's remember the video we did a few months back in December when when the aircraft carrier was in. Yeah. There's always something about Liverpool that lucky they are to have something like this come here, and it's something you don't get in Manchester. No, because you probably have something like this down in London, on the River Thames, of course. But this ship is incredibly long. That looks like some sort of little boat, probably to guide that. Yeah. Sounds like a harbour pilot, that. I don't know, is that a harbour pilot? I don't know. Over there, there's probably something like tugboat. They're in the trucks. Yeah, pick up the containers. Yeah. Oh, just look at it. It's just absolutely massive. It's just a massive ship, isn't it? Oh, well, I'm glad the rain stopped anyway. I mean, it does seem to be brightening up now, which is good. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, there's an access point, but of course it's not open to the public. Take a look at the back of this ship. We'll probably try and get another view from another angle on the ferry if we can. That's if they're even running. Well, it looks like they are running. There's one over there that's just looks like it's going out, so making a full circle. Yeah, obviously that's no access, of course. Yeah, making sure no one sneaks aboard. Yeah, because this is this red boat here is this is in fact what's known as the harbour pilot. Yeah, that's right. These are the ones that probably guide the boats in big ships like this. Yeah, I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, just please comment below. You know. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I must say it's very misty out on the River Mersey today, but then of course it has been raining, so you got to get a bit of sea mist. Yeah, it's just a fantastic ship. Yeah. Oh, arms off, not half naked. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Think about wearing t-shirts as they get wet. They can seem drying, you know. Well, welcome to a part. This is a part of the docklands here that's probably not been used for ages. But you can smell that salty air though. We'll show you the back of the ship in a minute. Wow. Right. Well, of course, there's a sign here. It does say dangerous structures, keep out. Yeah. So it's also very unsafe. It's a very unsafe structure they've got here. So it's this part of the dock has not been used for years. Well, of course, over there you've also got the Isle of Man ferry over there. You can just zoom in. Yeah. Which yeah. So that's the terminus for the Isle of Man ferries, which you can go by ferry to the Isle of Man. Although you know, you choose to fly to the Isle of Man. Which yeah. Well, there's the back of the ship. So anyone who's got one of those cabins will certainly got a view of the whole land moving away from them. Yeah. Because you see through this fence. Yeah. Right. Well, of course, there's a sign here. It does say dangerous structures, keep out. Yeah. So it's also very unsafe. It's a very unsafe structure they've got here. So it's this part of the dock has not been used for years. Well, of course, over there you've also got the Isle of Man ferry over there. You can just zoom in. Yeah. Which yeah. So that's the terminus for the Isle of Man ferries, which you can go by ferry to the Isle of Man. Although you know, you choose to fly to the Isle of Man. Which yeah. Well, there's the back of the ship. So anyone who's got one of those cabins will certainly got a view of the whole land moving away from them. Yeah. Because you see through this fence.
name's Richard, and I'm going to be your live Blue Badge tour guide, giving you the commentary as we travel on this wonderful River Explorer cruise today, to take in some of the sights and the landmarks of the River Mersey, but also say a nice warm Liverpool hello to our honoured guest, the MS Queen Anne, the newest ship of Cunard's fleet, who is moored up currently at the Liverpool cruise terminal. So we will be taking this opportunity to go around on the ferry and have a close look at the Queen Anne and get an opportunity to get some wonderful photographs of the ship with the backdrop of Liverpool behind her, with the three craters of the Liverpool waterfront, the Liver building, the Cunard building and the Paul's Liverpool building. Because of course Liverpool is the spiritual home of Cunard. It was from this city in 1840 with the very first Cunard ship set sail, and Liverpool is also the godmother of the Queen Anne. The city is the ship's godmother. She was christened here back in 2024. For those of you who want to know, there's a bar and a cafe on board. There's two different serveries. One is on the top deck in the middle of the ship, and one's in the middle of the ship on the lower deck. And the toilets are located towards the back of the boat. So if you need them, that's where they are. And now we're coming up alongside the Queen Anne, so you've got a fantastic opportunity to some unusual photographs. Not many people get to see the Queen Anne from this angle. And if you see people waving at you, make sure you give them a big wave back.
Can they wave? Are they waving?
And if you wave at the very, very expensive cabins, you might be able to hear the jewellery rattling. Cunard, of course, nowadays is a name that's associated with luxury, and this is a luxury cruise liner. I was looking it up this morning to see how much it costs to go on board. There's somebody waving to us, just up there. Give them a wave.
Hello.
For the next cruise that it's doing, the cruise down to Spain and Morocco, for one of the cheaper fares, you have to pay to £1,600.
Deposits they will.
For the most expensive ones, which are called
deposits.
suites, you'll be paying £7,000. Although, if you do pay £7,000 for a suite, it comes with a free booking. So, if you can't be bothered to open your own packet of crisps, you get somebody to do it for you. The Manana, which is the catamaran that goes to the Isle of Man. This is the Isle of Man ferry terminal. Now, Cunard has been around for 185 years. The Isle of Man Steam Packet Company has been around for 195 years. It was founded 10 years earlier than Cunard. And they've been taking people from Liverpool to the Isle of Man ever since then.
Yeah.
Camel Airs is the oldest and biggest shipyard on the River Mersey. It was established by a Scottish iron founder called William Laird and his son Jonathan, who decided that they would build ships on the river. They've been building ships since the 19th century. Some very famous ships have been built here. And at the moment, they're still building them. At the moment, they're currently building a replacement Mersey ferry. And they're currently refitting the Royal Fleet Auxiliary. So those big military ships, the big grey ones that you can see in the dock there, they are, I think, the Wave Rider and the Fort Victoria. These are Royal Fleet Auxiliary. The Royal Fleet Auxiliary are basically the supply ships for the Royal Navy. So when the Navy's out on operations, if they need more food, fuel, ammunition, troops, whatever, it's these ships that go out and support them in their operations. One of the most famous ships ever built at Camel Airs was the Ark Royal, the old aircraft carrier. But I think the most famous recent ship to be built here, was launched a few years ago, was the SS David Attenborough. Better known by its nickname, Silly, and decided to call it the SS David Attenborough instead. So that was built in that hangar that you can see there. Yeah. It's an Antarctic survey vessel.
Big, yeah. See the banks there?
Yeah.
So the tides must be low.
past Birkenhead, we're heading towards a place called Tranmere.
Tranmere
Again, there used to be a ferry at Tranmere, but nowadays there's just a massive oil terminal.
There's an oil terminal, you
it's
can
called the
see that.
Stanlow Terminal, and it's where some of the heavy crude oil ships call in to discharge their cargo to be taken down to Stanlow Oil Refinery.
You can smell it, can't you?
4 or 5 miles down the river to be turned into fuel and other petroleum
Is that the
compounds.
Penelope?
What?
Penelope.
So we're just coming alongside the Penelope here. I can't make my mind up whether it was meant to be called the Penelope and the E blew off.
Maybe.
Couldn't afford the E, too much money on the fuel. Couldn't afford the E for the Penelope. What's interesting is that when we were doing this tour this morning at 10 o'clock, you couldn't see any of that red.
Wow.
That was all submerged under the water. So clearly, as she was unloading the fuel, she was getting lighter.
It's quite big, the river Mersey. It stretches all the way. Right, we're turning round.
Yeah, inside the St John's precinct, and yep, quite a crowd here. Here, this memorabilia shop here, and yep, that's right, Liverpool, 20 times champions. So good on you, lads. Yeah, good on you. Great. You know what? Liverpool, the best team in the world. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I understand it was rather. Of course, it was a bit of a rather big crowd here in Liverpool too. So. Yeah. What have we got there? Yeah. So look. Oh yes. They'll walk along champions. That is a great memorabilia post, isn't it? And it's also flipped around too, isn't it? Yeah. Well, they
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll go and get this. I love extra art team.
Look at this. Apples. Yeah, look at that. The champions. And I've got myself a Liverpool scarf.
Smart, very
20
nice.
times champions. Beat that Man City. Here, what we found, champions, 20 times champion. I mean, how good is that? Oh, look. Oh, yeah.
Loving every moment, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah. Despite the weather, it's always a good reason to come to Liverpool. And this is, this is a good reason. Top bus there. Who wants to go on an open top bus in this weather?
If you come here and you're not coming here for a while, you just brave it and go on it.
Well, yeah, you just go on it.
You soon get dry. I mean, it stopped burning now and kind of dry.
Yeah. So, but then again, we was an open top ferry, so what's the difference? So, yeah. So, do you all enjoy getting wet?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the experience of going on a trip with us. You see, you get.
My phone's died.
Yeah, phone's died. So, yeah. Oh, look.
That's a big telescope.
That is one big telescope. I wonder if you can actually look through it. Binoculars? Yeah.
Hey, can we get some notes and have a look at the...
Yeah. You'll have to get him back in the big bag.
Might make it a bit lighter.
Yeah. It's like a telescope, but I don't know if you can
Well,
actually.
you know what? You've got two mops in there.
Yeah, because you don't see that.
Oh, Jeremy Horrocks, the Turner. We take a look at this. This is what it says here. Yeah. Oh. When? Children's eyes.
Sorry, twinkler. Yeah.
Yeah. Smelly vision. Do you smell that? Someone's smoking weed. If YouTube had smelly vision, you'd be able to smell that. Someone's smoking a spliff. I don't know who, but I don't care. Anyway, of course, we'll make our way to the docks because we're getting hungry. And of course on the dock, that's where we're going to terminate our little vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but not before we show you the docks. The Albert dock, that is. And the reason why we're going to, because our friend Adrian here knows a good fish and chip place.
He does.
Yeah, fish and chips. My God, some good fish and chips.
You can't beat fish and chips.
You can't beat it, especially when you buy some place like Liverpool, Blackpool, or anywhere that's got to do with the coast. Oh my God, it's the law. You've got to. Right, it's just the law of the coast, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fish and chips. That's how it is. Yeah. So yeah, a place so good. I bet even the McMaster's never been to this one.
Probably not.
And he loves his fish and chips. Yeah. God. Yeah, he loves his fish and chips, doesn't he? Yeah. Although he keeps saying he's not going to do any more food reviews, but every time we switch on his channel, he's always doing more. So, come on, he's a food. Come on, admit it, like you're a foodie. You're a foodie like me. Yeah, and if you're watching, I take him a challenge: fish and chips at our local chippy in Lee.
That's a nice shot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. That's a good view there. With you've got an old route master bus there turned into a diner.
Yeah. We've had a cup of tea on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. And of course you've also got other vehicles too. There's an old bus on there too, or there was. Yeah, there's an old bus right there, an old steam bus right at the end there.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it's moved now.
Yeah, so it's still in the same position actually.
Oh, is that? That's
Yeah.
it.
Fred Dibner
Let's go.
Fred Dibner would have been proud of that bus because he loves steam engines. Yeah. So obviously they've not added many revenue today with the ice creams because these vans are shut today. Can't imagine on eating food in the rain. All your chips would be soggy.
We have been here when it's hot, though.
Yeah, it's been here when it's hot. You know, probably the only rare occasion we've ever been here when it's been raining. Most of the time it's been sunny.
Yeah, this is our own town, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Adrian, which way is it?
That way.
That way, straight down.
Straight down, of course. Yeah. For anyone who don't know this, but on the Albert Dock, this is where ITV's long-running magazine show this morning first took place from.
I used to love this morning.
This morning.
Yeah, because better there.
It was. I think it was better when Richard and Judy used to present it. I mean, some people thought Richard and Judy were irritating, but I didn't mind them really because I thought they were better presenters.
I always
Really?
remember it when Fingy was on, when Paul O'Grady was on it as Lily Savage.
Oh, yeah.
And he ended up throwing Fingy a flute of champagne into Doc and they went mad at him. They went mad at him for doing it and he goes, oh, I've drunk it, and he threw it in Doc, it was brilliant.
That's what you do, actually.
Yeah, he did, he threw it, he honestly threw it in and Judy just laughed at him.
Yeah.
And Rich is like, pal, you can't do that. And he's like, oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because they used to have the little studio right at the bottom end.
Yeah.
Down that
They were
way.
there for years, weren't
Of course, here we have the memorabilia shop. The House of Spells. Doctor Who. Stuff there. Stranger Things. Oh, yeah, got the Daleks.
Look at that picture.
Look at that picture here. Does that look great? Yeah, picture of all the doctors. Yeah.
Good one, though, isn't it?
I think my favourite one would have to be Tom Baker.
Tom Baker is the best one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what have you done?
What have we done?
What was quick look inside?
Let's go look inside, shall we? Yeah. Whoa, look at this. This is one hell of a... God, it's like walking into bloody Hogwarts. Just speak of the devil. Yeah, all Harry Potter memorabilia. Any sign of Dumbledore anywhere? Yeah. Just Yeah, in here it looks a lot like you've just walked into Hogwarts here, which is what it's meant to be. Yeah, just show you all around. Wonders upstairs. Wow, look at this. Beatles. Everything about the Beatles in here. Wow. God. Wow. Wow. Look at this. I mean, why the land's cave up here? There's also. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So great. It's good how they've transformed all of this to a nice memorable shop, and I mean, it's just wonderful what they've done. Oh yeah, they've got the Beatles sweaters there, all their album covers. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Yeah. Oh yes, the stage. Shame we can't go and play the drums. Nostalgia, but this is the place to come to. Yeah, which is
Big one here, isn't it?
it is. In fact, it's got a great section. It's got a nice Doctor Who section over there,
Doctor Who section?
just over there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Which is some interesting characters from the past show as well. Nice. Mm. I love all this. Sorry. I know there's certain people that this. People who are into Gothic. Well, they're all dragons. Like the Doctor Who section now. Oh, looks like a full-size Dalek. Well, not full size. Oh, look. The robotic cleaner from Paradise, from the Doctor Who story, Paradise Towers, which was from the 7th Doctor era of the show. I mean, despite what some people may have thought of it, I thought it was a pretty good story. And I think what I did like about it was those robotic things. Very deadly. I got more stuff from the Doctor here. Emperor Davros? Oh, yeah. So, I think some of these were actually Sontar from the Time Water. Sontaran on horseback. You've got the Malka statue. And yes, you've also got the Draffer robot from Trial of the Time Lord as well. Great performance. Of course, just all this lot. Great God. Psych. Well, that's it for this video of a walk about town. Well, of course, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cunard. And, of course, you can also subscribe to Maxine's channel too.
Just Maxine and Gary at the moment.
Just Maxine and Gary at the moment.
Keep changing my name.
She keeps changing it. She can't decide what she wants.
No. Well, nobody can find Babble, so just accept Babbling Babies.
Babbling Babies.
That was a wrong decision.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, you want to send some fan mail, send it over to Chris Higgett over in Blackpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Remember, you're the £1 burger man. And we're going for some fish and chips. So,
Let's go.
see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.